What is up, YouTube? We are back with another video. So in this video I'm going to be showing y'all how to make a bedroom pop song. I made another bedroom pop tutorial about a week ago and that video has been doing great, so I just decided to make another one because it seems like y'all really liked that video and it came at a great time because we're all locked in our own homes. So I'm just going to be showing y'all how to make a pop song in your bedroom. So I recently saw that 83% of y'all who watch my videos are not subscribed to the channel. So if you could hit that sub button and hit the like button, it would help the channel out a lot. Let's just hop into this video. I'm going to be making a bedroom pop song using Ableton Live instruments and audio effects, the built-in instruments and audio effects. So if you have Ableton, you can follow right along with this video.
I've been chilling in my basement. I've been making things you wanna hear. Got a guitar and a bass in. These are the times that I wish you were near. So she was a little wasted. Got a text and it said please come here. But I'ma stay in my basement. Gotta trust me, I have a dream. You can listen while you wait. Hanging with the friends you've never seen.
So in this video I'm going to be going over the beat and my vocals. So if you just want to learn how to do my vocals, click on this time somewhere over here. Alright, so here's our project. It's not too big. It's only about 10 tracks. Yeah, so the first thing that I did is I went over to my BPM over here. Didn't mean to click that. BPM right here, and I set the BPM to 84 because I kind of wanted like a slow bedroom pop track. And in my last bedroom pop video, I made a track using mainly mallets. So in this video, I tried to step away from that and use Ableton's built-in guitars to make a bedroom pop track. Yeah, I'm using a guitar to make this bedroom pop track. So first thing that I did, I just right clicked, insert MIDI track, and then I went to my instruments and I went to my instrument rack, and then I went to guitars and steel jazz. So I went over here, so I chose this one, double clicked, and then what I did is that I dragged out 4 bars because 4 bars is what you want to be looping, or you can do 8 bars or 2 bars or 3 if you want to be a little experimental. But I did 4, so drag out 4 bars, Control Shift M, and then I drew out these notes right here. Let's give them a listen. Let's solo this steel jazz. And then it just loops back around. So I liked that. I liked that little pattern. I liked how simple it was. I liked the overall vibe. All right, so big part of doing guitars in MIDI and not like having a live guitar, big part of making them sound realistic is you're gonna wanna turn your grid off. So now you can just kind of freeball these notes and just move them smoothly wherever you want. And originally the notes sounded like this. Like that. Which, you know, kind of sounds good, but this is a guitar, it's not a piano, so you're not going to be playing the notes at the same time. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be strumming it. So you're going to be doing it note by note. So what you want to do is you want to turn your grid off, and then what I did is I just selected these 2 notes, moved them a little bit to the left of this line, and then select these 2 notes, move them a little bit to the right of the line. So now what it's going to do is it's going to hit this note, and then this note, and then this note, and then this note, and you're just going to get a strumming sound. And then to make this MIDI guitar sound even more realistic, what I did is I went over to the velocity down here, and as you can see, the velocities are kind of all over the place. And originally, what this would have sounded like is this. And when you have all the notes like on the same velocity, it doesn't sound natural, because if you're playing a guitar, you're going to get some of the notes to be softer than other notes. So what you want to do is you just want to go over here and just randomly select velocities and move them down, maybe move a few up, and that's just going to get you more of a natural feel. Alright, so let's delete this steel jazz. Let's go over to this one right here that I have. So I liked the guitar feel, but I kind of wanted like a more wavy sound, so I moved these knobs and I got this. And then I threw on overdrive, flanger, reverb, and then EQ to take out some of these highs, and now this is what our steel jazz sounds like. And I like that, but I kind of wanted to spice it up even more. So what I did is I duplicated the track. And then on this one, I deleted all of these extra audio effects. And then I threw on another guitar. So I doubled this instrument to make the guitar sound a little bit more unique. And as we can see, I threw on a nylon concert. So went to my instruments, instrument rack, guitars. I threw on this one right here, so I'm going to delete this track. And then this is what our second guitar sounds like. Our second guitar does have overdrive and reverb, and I took out some of the lows, so let's give it a listen. So this one's a little bit more grungy, and this one's a little bit more soft, and together they sound good. And to spice it up even more, I went over to my panning on the steel jazz, and I moved it 17 to the left. So now it's a little bit to the left. And then I moved this one 17 to the right. So now they're going to be kind of on each side of your ear, but it's still going to sound in the middle because they're equally distanced from the middle. So let's solo both of them, give it a listen. There we go. And then I also threw on this vinyl crackle just to set the tone. Alright, let's talk about our drums. So this right here is the verse. This right here is the pre-chorus. And then this right here is the chorus. So the drums for the verse, we have both of these guitars soloed, and now I'm going to solo the drums. I threw in a drum rack, so just insert MIDI track, and then you're going to go to your instruments, drum rack right here. And this drum rack allows you to go to your sounds and just throw them in here, and then you can play these sounds later. So let's say I threw in all of these. You can Control-Shift-M and then draw them in. That sounds awful, but you get the gist. So let's delete that drum rack. And this is what I threw in my drum rack. I threw in my Cloud Snap from my Quarantine Sound Pack. Check out my sounds, link down below. And then I also threw in a snare, another snare, and then a hi-hat. And I drew out this pattern right here. So let's give it a listen. So these snares, as you can see, they're both hitting at the same time, but they're not really at the same time. This one's a little bit before the mark, and this one's a little bit after the mark. And the reason I did that is because I panned these. So this snare right here, we're going to go to controls, and you can see that it's panned 19 to the left, and then this snare is panned 17 to the right. So just like the guitar, these snares are panned differently, so it's going to sound kind of more full, and you're going to get like snare right here, snare right here. It's going to sound nice. And instead of starting off the track with hi-hats like this, I didn't really like that. It sounded kind of unnatural. So the way I started off the drums is right when the snares hit, the hi-hats come in, and it just sounds a lot more natural. And then after the snare hit, I threw in this snap just to give the verse drums a little bit more texture. And then on the second snare, you're going to hear the snap go with the snares, give the drums even more texture. So and then I also threw in this bongo loop from my quarantine sound pack. So this is what the bongo loop sounds like. But I didn't want the bongo loop just to be going at its regular time right when the drums come in. I kind of wanted to space it out. So what I did is I chopped up the bongo loop. So I originally had it like this, and I just chopped it up and then moved it around the track like that. So let's give a listen to the drums and the bongo loop. And it's not loud, but it definitely adds some texture to the first verse. And doing like little things like that that don't take away from the beat is just gonna level up your production automatically. So now we get into the pre-chorus, and what I did for the pre-chorus, I'm playing the same chords as my guitar plays over here, but I just dragged them out. So originally they were like this, and I just dragged them out. So now our pre-chorus sounds like this. And then I threw on this plucked flute, Ableton instrument. You can find it. I just made it play this pretty simple melody. And then it just loops back again. And I also throw on this bright marimba, another Ableton instrument, and it's playing the same thing as this plucked flute, but it's pretty quiet, so it's just barely in there. Probably throw in a little bit more reverb. Never mind. And then we get into the chorus. So the chorus plays the same guitar pattern as the verse. So like this. There we go. And then I threw on another melody with the plucked flute. So same instrument as this, but it's just playing different notes. There we go. And then we throw on this electric bass drive, another Ableton instrument, and it is playing this little bass riff. There we go. And I just threw in this EQA to take out some of those highs because I didn't really want to muddy up the track. And then I threw in another drum rack specifically for the chorus. And we have this crash. Let me add it. There we go. We have this crash. We have this hi-hat, this snare, and then my heavy kick from my quarantine sound pack. There we go. So this is what our chorus sounds like. And then we get back into verse 2. Alright, let's talk about our vocals. So instead of throwing in my vocals on this track, I didn't want to have my CPU go crazy and have Ableton glitch out, blah blah blah. So what I did is I just selected all of this audio and I exported it, file, export audio. So I bounced the audio and then I created a new track, set the BPM to the same BPM, 84. So let me just open up the new track. And there we go. We have our beat that I just walked through and we have our vocals right here. So let's talk about the vocals. I'm gonna turn off my backing vocals right here because these are kind of unimportant. I'll talk about those later. But these are the main vocals right here. So when you're recording vocals, well, at least when I'm recording vocals, usually what I like to do is I like to have 2 audio tracks. So I'll create 2 audio tracks. And the reason I do that is because when I'm reading my lyrics, I don't want to just read off all the lines at once and like kind of get out of breath. So what I'll do is I'll set one to record and I'll record a line. And then once I'm done with that line, I'll set the other one to record and I'll start it when I have this recording. So I'm hearing this recording. And then once that line is over, then I can just go in and then I do it on the other track and I just go back and forth. And that just helps your vocals sound a lot better, sound a lot more professional. Doesn't sound like you're like getting out of breath and trying to fit in all the lines. So here are our vocals. So we have this audio track, and they have no audio effects on them, which is weird because, I mean, are we not mixing the vocals? But what I did is I selected both of them, Control G, and I grouped them. And this is the group right here. It's called Vox, just our regular vocals. So autotune. I threw in Antares Autotune EFX. It's a paid autotune. But if you've been following this channel for a while, you know that one of my favorite autotunes is Autotune mautopitch from Melda Productions. Best free autotune that I've used. Highly suggest it if you don't have autotune and you don't want to pay anything for autotune. Link in description. Check it out. Really great autotune, and it's free. So we throw on the autotune. And then after the auto-tune, we throw on this xole vocal template right here. Now for this vocal template, I throw it on whenever I am recording vocals. Yeah, it just helps my mixing process be so much faster. So I just throw it on, and it has all these audio effects on here. And then I just listen to the audio, and I just tweak the parameters a little bit, and bam, my audio effects are already mixed. So if you want to learn how to make this vocal template, check out this video somewhere over here, how to mix your vocals. Made it a while back, and it is just me walking through how you make this vocal template. So I throw it on. I'm going to turn off all of these audio effects. So the first audio effect we have is a low cut, and what that is going to be doing is it's going to be taking out these lows right here, because for your vocals, you don't really want those really heavy lows because that'll kind of get in the way of your track, maybe make it a little bit more muddy. So it just clears up your vocals. So yeah, let's listen to like the first verse, what I recorded for this.
I've been chilling in my basement. I've been making things you wanna hear. Got a guitar.
So we can barely hear that. And that is because these vocals aren't mixed. They sound really bland. They sound really bad. This is what your vocals are going to sound like without my xole vocal template or without however you mix your vocals. So unmixed vocals never sound good in a track. So the first thing we're going to do, throw on this low cut, and it's not going to be boosting our audio, but it is going to be taking out some bad frequencies.
I've been making things you wanna hear. Got a guitar and a bass in.
So there we go, throw that in. And then next up is this peak compression, and this is gonna be boosting our vocals. Throw it on.
I've been chilling in my basement. I've been making things you wanna hear. Got a guitar and a bass in. These are the times that I wish you were near.
There we go, our vocals are sounding a little bit louder. And then I throw on this EQ to take out bad frequencies because usually there's some bad frequencies in your vocals. So I'm gonna grab this frequency right here. It's at 2.75 kilohertz, so we're gonna raise it up. Press this little headphone button.
I've been making things.
So you hear that little like tinny sound. I don't like it, so I'm gonna lower it. There we go. We're gonna take out that frequency, and then we're gonna go right here as well.
I've been making things you wanna hear. Got a guitar and a bass in. These are the times that...
So I really don't like that frequency. We're gonna take that out as well. And I can also just scan and find other frequencies that I don't like, but I'm just kind of lazy, so I'm not going to be doing that. And then next up, we've got this glue compressor. It's not doing much, but it is kind of cleaning up the vocals a little bit, taking out some really loud parts, and also boosting the vocals.
I've been chilling in my basement. I've been making things you wanna hear.
And then I throw on this EQ to take out some of these brights.
I've been chilling
also,
in my basement.
Not doing that much.
I've been
But now we get into the juice. This is where we throw on our reverb, our delay, all of those good audio effects. And what this is a audio effect rack. And with racks, you can throw on chains. So instead of your audio effects going left to right, like right here, so these audio effects, you would hit the EQ, the peak compressor, the EQ, the compressor. This one is just gonna hit all of these audio effects at the same time. And you can just throw in your chains and then throw in the audio effects that you want on those chains. So let's talk about these chains. So the first one we have is our dry chain. Has no audio effects. That's just what all of these audio effects have been doing.
I've been chilling in my basement. I've been
And then we're gonna throw on both of these compressors. One a little bit to the left, and one a little bit to the right. And you can move where you want your track to be panned. Right here. There we go, and this is gonna boost our audio.
I've been chilling in my basement.
There we go, already sounded better.
I've been making things you wanna hear.
And then we throw on the reverb. Probably the most important audio effect for your vocals is reverb. So we throw on a reverb to be focused on the highs, and then this reverb is getting a little bit of those mid-lows too. So our vocals are now gonna sound a lot better. They're gonna sound like they're in kind of a room or wherever.
I've been chilling in my basement. I've been making things you wanna hear. Got a guitar and a bass in.
There we go, and then we throw on this flanger. It's gonna be hitting a saturator and a flanger. And that's just gonna give us this kind of wavy feel that I like. And then we're gonna be throwing on this quick delay. And this quick delay is gonna be quickly delaying our vocals.
I've been chilling in my basement. I've been making things you wanna hear. Got a guitar and a bass in.
So you hear that little delay? That is the quick delay right here. I'm gonna solo it. There we go. That's just gonna make our vocals sound a little bit more unique. And then after all that, we throw in this EQ to take out some of these lows that our audio effects may have produced, just to clean up our vocals a little bit. And then I threw in another reverb just to, it only has 6.4% in the mix. It's just kind of throwing a little bit more space, which I like. So let's give a listen to these main vocals with the beat.
I've been chilling in my basement. I've been making things you wanna hear. Got a guitar and a bass in. These are the times that I wish you were near. So she was a little wasted. Got a text and it said please come here.
And the way I filled in this space is using these backing vocals. So let's talk about the backing vocals. Let's turn them on. Let's actually just solo them. So the backing vocals is basically what I just showed you. All of these audio effects with the xole vocal template. And then I threw in extra reverb. And this one is 54% in the mix. So it's really just adding a lot more space. And then I'm taking out most of these lows, so it's gonna mostly be focused on the highs. And I have 2 tracks, one for the left right here, 25 to the left, and then one for the right. And that's gonna be adding some vocals to the left and the right, just gonna spice up your track. So let's give a listen to our main vocals and our backing vocals with the beat.
I've been chilling in my basement. I've been making things you wanna hear. Got a guitar and a bass in. These are the times that I wish you were near. So she was a little wasted. Got a text and it said please come here. But I'ma stay in my basement. Gotta trust me, I have a dream. You can listen while you're wasted, hanging with the friends you've never seen. And I know that it's hard. We broke each other's heart. No place to call home, so you feel all alone. We just want to get together, but I know we should give it some time. I've been looking for someone better, someone like you I could call mine.
Alright guys, there is our track, our vocals, and the beat. The full song will be available on SoundCloud if you want to give it a listen. I'm also going to be playing a little clip of the full mastered track at the end of this video. If you want to go ahead to my store, xolemusic.com, and check out some of my sounds from my sound packs. I used a lot of the sounds in this track. The link is in the description. Go check out some sounds. I also have a lot of contests with my sound pack, so stay tuned for those. Thank you to those who have bought my sound packs. Really helps the channel out a lot. That's about it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope this video helped you make a pop song in your bedroom. Peace.
We just want to get together, but I know we should give it some time. I've been looking for someone better, someone like you I could call